Hello, my amazing artist. Today we're going to be creating a fun dog-like vest based on the artwork of an artist named Romero Britto. Let me show you the one that we are going to be using to look at. This is the one by the artist Romero Britto. Look at this fun little dog. Fun colors, huh? We're not used to seeing blue dogs, but it's fun to see this different kind of dog. That's what's so fun about art. You can make things however you want them to look. But Romero Britto was an artist from Brazil. This is a map of the world, and we live here in the United States of America. And south of us, on the continent of South America, is the country Brazil. And that's where Romero Britto is from. And he was very good in school, and he even became a lawyer. But he loved art. That was always his favorite thing. So he decided he would become an artist, and he's still a very famous artist. He's still alive today and creating fun artwork. So the style of art that Romero Britto did was called pop art. And pop artists use thick black lines, and they use bright colors and patterns, and they just paint everyday things. This is just an everyday dog, but he's made it really fun. Look at the pretty patterns he put here, the polka dots, and he's got stripes on this ear. He divided the body into two different shapes and made them different colors. So I'm going to show you how to draw this dog. So let me go back to the one that we're going to be doing. This is one that I've drawn on a piece of white paper, and then I just cut it out and put it on a sheet from a magazine. So if you have whatever you have at your house, you can use. If you have an old magazine and you want to put it on that, or if you have some colored or fun paper, you can do that. And then I just used a Sharpie marker to make my thick black lines, and then I just colored in with crayons and markers. So you just use whatever you have at your house. So I'm going to start with my piece of white paper, and I'm going to turn it horizontally. That's where the long side is going across. And if you want to start with a pencil, that's fine, but I'm going to start with a Sharpie so you'll be able to see what I'm drawing. So let's get ready to draw this fun dog. So right in the middle, we're going to make him really big. Remember how I like to trace with my finger first. We're going to make sort of like a U shape for the bottom of his face. Really big on the paper. We want to make him a big dog face. So I'm going to start close to the top, and I'm going to go down. Not all the way down, because we have to have room for his tie. And then I'm going to go across and then back up. It's kind of like a U shape. It's kind of like the bottom of a square with curved edges. And then I'm going to connect the top. That's going to be his head. And then we're going to make his ears. So let's make the ear on the left side. So I'm going to start at the top. I'm going to go down and just make a puppy dog ear shape. This is a dog with long ears. And then I'm going to do the same thing on that side. See how big I'm making it, and it fills my page. And then under his face, we're going to put a little bow tie. So you only are going to see part of the bow tie because his face is covering part of it. So right in the middle, I'm going to make a semicircle, like a half circle. And then I'm going to come over here and make a straight line down. This is one side of the bow tie, and sort of a diagonal line. And do the same thing here. Straight line down and a diagonal line. And then his body is just going to kind of go off the page. So where the bow tie and the head meet, just kind of make a line that slants down on each side. And that's his body. Okay, now let's make his face. So right in the middle, we're going to make two eyes. They're just circles. So I'm going to make a circle. And since I already have my black marker, I'm going to go ahead and color his eye in black. You could, if you're not using a marker yet, you don't have to color it in yet. Don't color it in with a pencil. Wait till you have your marker. And then I'm going to have another one on this side, another circle. I'm coloring it in. See how when I color, I'm going in the same direction. And then I'm going to make his nose. His nose is like an upside down triangle. So in between the eyes, I'm going to make a horizontal line, and then two diagonal lines that make the upside down triangle. And then we're going to make his mouth. So at the point of your triangle, go straight down. That's vertical. Up and down is vertical. And then I want a happy dog, so I'm gonna make a line that curves up on that side and up on that side. And that's a happy dog, okay? And then dogs have these little places where little whiskers are. We think of cats having whiskers, but dogs have little whiskers too. So I'm gonna make a bunch of little dots in here, and that's gonna be his, and that'll give us some more variety, something different. So everything's not the same, okay? Now I'm going to put a curved shape here, and that will divide the face up a little bit so we can color it different colors, and that'll give more variety so everything's not the same. So go right between the eyes and then kind of curve around. And then we're going to add some patterns. So let's put some patterns in this left ear. You can do whatever kind of pattern you want. A pattern is just when you repeat a shape over and over again. I'm going to do polka dots. And sometimes my polka dots run off the shape. You can only see part of it. So you would just do a half circle. But then sometimes you would see the whole circle. And you can make yours however big you want, or you don't even have to do polka dots. You can do whatever kind of pattern you want because this is your piece of artwork. Okay, and then on the other ear, I'm going to make wavy lines that go across, and they're going to make stripes. You could do zigzag lines or straight lines or curvy lines that just curve a little bit. Do whatever you want. This is your dog. And then I'm going to put some patterns in his bow tie. So on this side, I'm going to make some stripes. Just some vertical lines that go up and down. And then it's okay to repeat a pattern again. It's good to use repetition in your art. So I'm going to put some dots again. You can repeat patterns, that's okay. And then so we make his body different, so it's not the whole thing isn't all the same. I'm just going to make a line in the middle that divides it. And I can color one side one color and the other side another color. Now remember, let me show you Romero Britto's dog. Remember how I told you pop artists often use these thick black lines to outline all of their shapes. Look how thick those are. So once you get ready to outline with your marker, if you're using a Sharpie marker, go back and make your lines very thick. It'll make it look really good when you're finished and look a lot like pop art. And if you use a Sharpie marker, it's good because Sharpie markers are permanent and they won't bleed if you use other markers later. Also, see how I'm turning my paper? You don't have to always leave your paper like this. You can turn your paper as you go if it helps you to be able to get to certain areas easier. So see how I'm going in and I'm just really making my lines super thick. You do all your lines like that before you color it. Every line makes super thick. So let me go back and show you my finished one. So I used my Sharpie and I made all my lines very thick. And then I used crayons and markers to color it. When you're using your markers, it's good if you use your markers for your smaller areas and crayons for your larger areas. And when you're using either the crayons or the markers, always remember to color in the same direction. Start at the top, go across, and then come down and go across again. And that'll make your work look really nice and neat instead of going in all kinds of different directions. And then when you're finished coloring, you can cut out your dog, or you can get someone to help you cut out your dog. And then you can glue it to whatever paper you might have at your house. If you have old newspaper, old magazines, or some pretty fun paper you might have, you can do that. So I'd love to see what you make. I hope your parents will send me a picture. You can email me. My name is Tracy Nock, and my email address is Tracy, that's TRACY .NOCK@leecountyschools.us. I'd love to see what you create. Thanks. See you next time.